Let's go.
What they say, love ain't no rain up. It's time to take a man. You know it's awesome. We back, yeah, we back. After 20 years, you know we back. No more Snyder, more McLaurin. 1-4 with the passion, you know we scoring. YouTube, what's going on? It's Juan Gotti here. We into the Washington Commanders video, and in today's video, I'm coming on here with the video where we're gonna be talking about one specific position on the Washington Commanders roster that no one seems to be talking about. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. But before we do, make sure you guys go down below, leave a like on this video, subscribe if you're new, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when I upload a video about the NFL, or in this case, our Washington Commanders. We're on the road to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. Thank you so much. Let's get straight into today's video. So, for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the most complete that I've seen the Washington Commanders roster. Outside of the quarterback position, which is still a question mark, even though a lot of people like myself believe in Sam Howell and think he can finally be that future quarterback for us, there's still not anything that's concrete right now. So it's still considered a question mark. Other than that, you look at the rest of our roster, the running back group is good, the wide receiver group is good, the tight end room has some young talent and a healthy veteran Logan Thomas back this year. The offensive line is vastly improved. It cannot be no worse than what it was last year. The defense was good last year, and they added more secondary help. So this team is definitely complete in the sense of ready to compete. But the quarterback position, the only one that I could say is still holding us back now. That's the biggest thing that's been holding us back, honestly, because I think Washington has been ready to compete for probably, let's say, the past 2 years now, 2022 season and now this upcoming season. You can even say, hey, if we had better quarterback play in 21, we may have been able to sneak in a wild card spot. Who knows, But more the story of the team is complete, and it's complete and ready to win. But there is this one specific position that not many people are talking about. Now, it has been brought to my attention a few times, but not much coverage is about this position, and it's the kick return and punt return thing. Now, I know the NFL is trying their hardest to get kick return and punt return out of the game. For whatever reason, they're trying to diminish the role that people play. A lot of people used to get roster spots solely for their contribution on kick return, punt return, and that was people's ways of making the roster to show a team that, hey, I can provide here, and then maybe I can work my way up. But now they're trying so hard to get rid of it. It's taking chances and opportunities away from guys that made their name there first. So even though they're trying their hardest to get rid of it, it's still there, and it's still somewhat of a vacancy there. Like, there's a lot of names that come to mind when you think of who's going to fill the roster spot, but who are you going to end up choosing? How do you feel about Dax Milne again? You had Dax Milne back there for majority of the season last year. A lot of people didn't like Dax Milne because he wasn't exciting. Now, here's my honest take on it, and I say it all the time. I liked Dax Milne. He was serviceable. Was he fun to watch? Not necessarily, because he didn't really give you no excitement back there. But he did the most important thing, and what is that? To corral and to catch. You can't have no excitement if you got a guy that's fumbling it, that's not, catching the ball. So that's that one. That's all he did. And honestly, I as much as I would love a kick return, 40-yard kick return, shoot even to the house, I honestly just want me a guy that's going to catch the ball, give my offense the ball at the 25. Now, if our offense wasn't as fun as it potentially can be this year, I would expect a lot more. But considering the fact that we might have a really good offense this year, and exciting and fun offense to watch, I don't need you to necessarily come in and give me a huge kick return. I'm not saying I wouldn't like it, but I got faith in my offense to be able to take us down the field. So, are you going to go back with Dax Milne? I think a lot of people are kind of Xing him out and just overhating Dax Milne for his services, but they may roll with him considering the fact that he actually showed that he could do it last year and he can catch it. Now, the things with Dax Milne is he wasn't exciting to watch. He didn't really have no rack. You know, he didn't get no return yards. He would let some things go over his head, and he would not necessarily know how to judge whether he should let it bounce or pick it up. And sometimes we would get pinned deep inside our own territory and stuff like that. He doesn't know when to bring it out sometimes, right? So that is the knock on him. You got Antonio Gibson. You let him go back for part of the season last year at kick return. Do you run it back with him? You know, he's going to be now this jack of all trades, the weapon that we actually drafted him to be in 2020. Do you want to see him back there again and actually give him the go from the start? You know what I'm saying? And maybe punt returns too. Who knows? Or do you go with Kazman Allen? You sign him, and this is going to be his way of making the roster. You know, you put him back there. Or do you go Curtis Samuel, who's always fielding punts in pregame and sometimes in training camp? Do you put him back there? You know, what about even you got Jared Patterson still on this roster? That could be his way of making it. Like, you got options. You know what I'm saying? You got options. You could go with it, but who do you feel like is gonna be the best? Honestly, I would love for us to just get one guy that can do both. That way, we don't have to spend 2 roster spots on this position. And y'all know I love Jared Patterson, and I love for him to get an opportunity because I think this could be his way of making a roster. And he actually has proven that he could play at this level multiple times. So I would love to see Jared Patterson get that opportunity. But I'll be honest with you, I think they wanted to be Kazman Allen. And Kazman Allen is very exciting to watch. You know what I'm saying? He ran I think he's a 4.2 guy, 4.3 guy, but they said he ran his 40 on a wet field. So that really wasn't a good judge of his 40 time. So he's very fast, very shifty, very athletic. But the thing is, he is small, so I'm thinking like, all right, if you're gonna give Kazman Allen an opportunity, you might as well get Jared Patterson there. Let him at least get an opportunity to battle it out. As far as Curtis Samuel, he would definitely be exciting on punt returns, but I think he's too valuable to this offense to throw back there. You don't want to risk any potential injury or anything with Curtis Samuel, especially given his history. And he's on a contract year, so you want to bring him back, so you want him to be able to provide as much play at the wide receiver and running back position as possible, so you can potentially extend him, right? Antonio Gibson, same thing with him. I honestly, I would not mind AG back there though, even though he's valuable to this offense, like very valuable to this offense in a similar sense of Antonio as Curtis Samuel. I wouldn't mind him being back there because he actually did it a little bit last year. Was he the best? Not really, but give him a full year. You know, he hasn't done it since being in the NFL after doing kick return duties in college. Maybe this is the year that he can get comfortable again and get back there and get back in the shape of being a return man. And you already know the kind of thing he provides as a running back and as a receiver. This could be another way of him getting re-signed, because y'all know I want AG back. I want Antonio Gibson back. A lot of people just dislike Antonio Gibson because we got Brian Robinson and think that these guys need to play against each other. Just because you root for Brian Robinson don't mean you can root for Antonio Gibson. They're on the same team and they're both our running backs. Man, I want AG back. You know what I'm saying? Because I think he can provide so much more to this offense than a lot of people realize. He has so much untapped potential. And this could be the first year that he's actually going to be able to tap into that potential with Eric Bieniemy. So, again, for the most part, I think Washington's roster is very, very complete and ready to compete. Again, the biggest thing is Sam Howell, right? Is he going to be the guy for us or not? That will be waiting to be told. That story will be waiting to get told this season. But other than that, the other kind of semi-hole that I would talk about is what I just said, kick return and punt return. And it's not necessarily a hole, it's just finding out who do you think is going to be the right guy there. Like, as much as I would love a very exciting guy, I honestly would not even be mad if they rolled it back out with Dax Milne, because Dax Milne is a very good slot receiver too. So he can provide some opportunities to get out there in the slot for us too. So I'm just saying, don't be surprised if Dax Milne is back there kick return again. I know a lot of y'all don't find him exciting, but he gets the job done at the end of the day. But there you have it. What says you out there about the kick return and punt return duties? It's me, your boy Juan Gotti. Like, comment, subscribe. Hail to the Washington Commanders. Want to roll to 6,000 subscribers, so please hit that subscribe button again if you haven't already. See y'all next time. I'm out. Peace.
1999 when it went wrong, but now we gonna sound a party like it's 99. Chase young off the edge, hey what's up 99? The predator is back, man, that knee is looking fine. It's time to take command. Do you hear what I'm saying? It's time to take command. Do you hear what I'm saying? One Gotti, the whole fan base. It's time to party. It's time to party.